Hey everybody, what is up? Jason Nerd here, and welcome to another commentary. I know I did one, actually I won't say that just in case it doesn't come out this week, but anyways, last time I talked about Final Fantasy, and as you can tell, we're talking about another game release, somewhat, and it's Assassin's Creed, man, everybody's favorite motherfucking milk franchise nowadays, which is, man, oh my god, it breaks my heart, man, like, just to see this series. It doesn't hurt that bad, I guess, because I got Unity and I actually liked it, but just to see the backlash it got with Unity and just to see Syndicate didn't fix anything, even though people are like, oh, I don't know what to fucking trust anymore, and it doesn't look fun to me anyway, so I'm already off track, but the point is that, could this be a motherfucking sign that maybe Assassin's Creed could get back on track? Because there might not be an Assassin's Creed this year. The signs are pointing to no, there will not be an Assassin's Creed this year. It will be taking a year hiatus, something like Need for Speed did. Now, I am so fucking happy. After fucking up trying to put out 2 Assassin's Creeds in 2014, and following up with a very lackluster, in my opinion, as it looks, and non-innovative Assassin's Creed for 2015, I think it's the best choice for Ubisoft to give Assassin's Creed a fucking break. There's just clearly not enough time for these studios to crank out an Assassin's Creed every year. There's not enough time to make a solid and worthy successor to the other Assassin's Creeds every year. Granted, the Ezio trilogy and Assassin's Creed 3, they came out very short time span, but they were still good. And there's still room for improvement in new features and stuff. Now we call a fucking gadget a room like a feature. Like the zipline launcher is not a fucking feature. It's a new gadget, and it changes gameplay, yes, but it's just one thing. You still have the gang shit, which is recycled from Brotherhood, and there's just so much. You have the carriages, but there's just so much shit that just seems so lackluster. Like, this is what we're getting turned over. I don't get it. Anyways, I feel like they definitely took a book from Need for Speed. Need for Speed was like, all right, after Rivals, they were like, yeah, we need to we need to fucking step back. And after playing Rivals, I can absolutely see why they took a year after that, because Rivals, I fucking hated Rivals. I played that shit for about 30 minutes and I was like, oh yeah, this shit is trash. Why was it trash? I'll get into a story version, but it's another story for another time, and I may play it again, may try to play it again, maybe on this channel. It may make for a funny video. I don't know if it'll be fun for me, but basically the online, that was when they were implementing the always online shit, and trying to escape from the cops while always online, and you're just constantly getting in trouble in the endless loop of never getting away from the cops. It shit was trash. And Rivals just, it felt so slippery, and it changed the gameplay formula. It was just fucking garbage, man, to me. But anyways, they're definitely taking a page out of the Need for Speed book and taking a year, as it seems right now. I don't know if it's confirmed, but Assassin's Creed will be returning in 2017. Now, I want to talk about 2 other things. One, what's gonna be Ubisoft's, thing they're putting out? Well, they're putting out Far Cry Primal, which is supposed to drop next month, which I still do not believe is gonna happen. But they're also dropping The Division. I forget if anything else, honestly, but Mirror's Edge, and is that it for Ubisoft until up to the the Assassin's Creed point, like November, that sort of month? I think it is, but there are rumors that Watch Dogs 2 is going to take Assassin's Creed, whatever the fuck number it is, place, and I am very fucking excited for that, unlike a lot of people, I'm sure, because to me, I really enjoyed Watch Dogs 1. I thought there was, and the reason why I enjoyed Watch Dogs 1 and the reason why I'm excited for Watch Dogs 2 is because there were some things about Watch Dogs 1 that definitely did not work, such as Aiden, and such as some of the controls and some of the physics and some of the features that were very just like over promising, and then you actually got to them and it was very weak. But I feel like overall Watch Dogs was a solid title. And I feel like they can only improve. That's why I'm really excited for Watch Dogs 2, because I feel like I didn't think Watch Dogs was that bad at all. People hated that game. But I actually really enjoy Watch Dogs, and I'm really excited for Watch Dogs 2 because I think they can only go up. I don't think they can fuck up. You know, I didn't feel like Watch Dogs was bad, really. I didn't feel like it was bad at all. There was definitely story points that were iffy. I feel like it had a lot of other stuff to do, but overall the gameplay was great to me. And Bad Blood was actually kind of boring, but the gameplay to me was solid, and I just really think they can only go up from here. I think Watch Dogs 2 only has room to improve. If they end up fucking it up, which, you know, Ubisoft is definitely a possibility, then that'll hurt. But I'm still excited nonetheless until I see some shit that's like, oh, this is not gonna work. Like I've been seeing with Far Cry Primal. Far Cry Primal, when I saw the reveal, I was like, oh, this is gonna be dope. And I saw the gameplay, I was like, this shit looks pretty boring. So I'm worried about. I'm not gonna get Far Cry Primal actually. I'm skipping on Far Cry Primal because I personally just don't think it's gonna work. After taking second looks at it and just looking at more of the gameplay, and I don't think it's gonna work. I'll definitely rent it, you know, but I'm not confident in it like I was in Far Cry 4, which everybody said was Far Cry 3.5, but that shit ended up being turned. Yeah, I'm excited for Watch Dogs 2, and if that is supposed to be coming out this year, we'll see at E3 most likely. And in other news, the rumored location for Assassin's Creed 2017, which we're gonna call it, is Egypt. Now, Egypt is a very, very interesting area for an Assassin's Creed game. I think that's incredibly dope. And it's one of those things I never even thought about. Like, oh yeah, Egypt. So I think that shit, just the culture, just the weapons they had, it makes for a very unique Assassin's Creed, in my opinion. And it allows for some authenticity, like in like fucking Victory, like they had the fucking kukri, but like niggas didn't use that. Niggas used like fucking canes and like whiskey bottles and pipes and shit. But like I feel like there's some room for interesting weapons, interesting tactics, interesting culture, and just characters. Like just a lot more unique than we've been seeing. Like and what I mean unique, I also mean like some people that you might not be familiar with, and that's interesting to me. Like it's cool to see the iconic people, but I feel like Assassin's Creed has always sort of relied on that, especially with later games. Like, oh, he's an iconic person of history, he's in the game, but they don't really end up doing shit. So I feel like with a little bit more room for some real, like some fresh iconic and historical figures, some that we might not know about, and you know, sometimes you can learn a thing or two from Assassin's Creed. Like if you actually read shit, you know, like not like just, oh, he was an assassin, and then your teacher's like, no, you fucking tool, he was not. But I feel like that setting is really interesting for Assassin's Creed. I would still personally eventually like to see something in Japan, feudal or feudal China, or goddamn World War II, one of the World Wars, something like that would be fucking dope. But Egypt is cool. And one of the things that I feel like is not really looked at, except, you know, by the black gaming community, which is, you know, I'd still consider it small. But what's gonna be interesting looking at this Assassin's Creed Egypt is, while we know they're not necessarily against having black characters in Assassin's Creed with Liberation and Freedom Cry, they are very keen on making black main characters side stories or spin-offs. What I'm interested in seeing is, are they going to have the only motherfucking white guy in Egypt at this time of the Assassin's Creed be the main character? I would definitely like to know. I'm interested, and I know what you're thinking. You're like, oh, you want a black guy? You act like there are so many black people in Egypt. Well, one, there were black people in Egypt, and two, can we have a fucking Egyptian, please? Can we have an Egyptian be the main character? I'm not saying he has to be black. I'm saying, can he please be Egyptian? And you're like, oh, I mean, say what you want. Like, I'm not trying to get politically correct here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, can we have the motherfucker be native to his country, or to, you know what I'm saying, to the area? Like, we get it. Jacob was fucking English or British, whatever the fuck he was. Connor was Native American. That was incredibly dope. A Native American main character, that was dope. I'm just saying, and I'm not saying they won't. I'm just saying gaming in general has a tendency to, and usually does, whitewash characters, no matter where they fucking are. And I'm interested in seeing, like I said, I'm not making assumptions that they are going to do something like that or anything, that they are going to do that. Ubisoft's pretty keen on having, I won't say often having characters that are a little bit abstract. Like I said, Freedom's Cry and Liberation and Assassin's Creed 3 were all incredibly dope because they featured a character that was different from the normal class. So I just want to see if they'll do that in Assassin's Creed 2017. Have the motherfucker be Egyptian. I don't see what like to me they even kind of did it in Assassin's Creed 1. Like Altair was basically a white guy. Like like I don't know. And then like in Revelations he was like fucking Islamic or whatever the fuck they were. Like I said, I'm not trying to be politically correct. All I'm saying is I'm excited to see what they're going to do with Assassin's Creed 2017 Egypt, whatever you want to call it. I'm excited to see what they're going to do with the character. I'm excited to what they're going to do with the setting, the timeline. What are they going to do, man, with this new year that they have, this extra year that they have for development? Are they going to use that to their fullest potential? It's interesting, man, and I'm glad they're actually deciding to take a year off. It's about fucking time. I don't really think they have the sort of cycle that Call of Duty has with developers to technically get 3 years. They usually just sort of ship it off to one, and I don't think, and to be honest, they're not really like Activision's cycle they have, in which every Call of Duty is fundamentally different. Like Treyarch games play like Treyarch games, Infinity Ward games play like Infinity Ward games. They all have a certain feel to them. Every Assassin's Creed has the same overall feel. Like even if, which I'm not 100% on if they switch teams, but they all have the same feel. And I feel like I've said before, Assassin's Creed is way more repetitive than Call of Duty to me. But overall, man, I just found this really interesting, and I'm so excited that they're taking a year off and that we might get Watch Dogs instead. So what do you guys think? Are you excited for Assassin's Creed 2017? Are you disappointed there's no Assassin's Creed 2016? Are you really disappointed that Watch Dogs 2 is going to be taking its place? Are you excited that Watch Dogs 2 is going to be here? Let me know all these things and just your overall thoughts about this news. So put that down below in the comments, and if you like this commentary, leave it a like, add it to your favorites, share this with your friends and family, and subscribe for more content just like this, man. I'm fucking elated that we won't be getting Assassin's Creed this year. I am dancing. I'm not actually dancing, but I'm doing a little jig now, but it's audio, so I don't know why I brought that up. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace! It doesn't hurt that bad, I guess, because I got Unity and I actually liked it, but just to see the backlash it got with Unity and just to see Syndicate didn't fix anything, even though people are like, oh, I don't know what to fucking trust anymore, and it doesn't look fun to me anyway, so I'm already off track, but the point is that could this be a motherfucking sign that maybe Assassin's Creed could get back on track? Because there might not be an Assassin's Creed this year. The signs are pointing to no, there will not. There's just clearly not enough time for these studios to crank out an Assassin's Creed every year. There's not enough time to make a solid and worthy successor to the other Assassin's Creeds every year. Granted, the Ezio trilogy and Assassin's Creed 3, they came out very short time span, but they were still good. And there's still room for improvement in new features and stuff. Now we call a fucking gadget a feature. Like the zipline launcher is not a fucking feature. It's a new gadget, and it changes gameplay, yes, but it's just one thing. You still have the gang shit, which is recycled from Brotherhood, and there's just so much that you have the carriages, but there's just so much shit that just seems so lackluster. Like, this is what we're getting turned over. I don't get it. Anyways, I feel like they definitely took a book from Need for Speed. Need for being Assassin's Creed this year, it will be taking a year hiatus, something like Need for Speed did. Now, I am so fucking happy. After fucking up trying to put out 2 Assassin's Creeds in 2014, and following up with a very lackluster, in my opinion, as it looks, and non-innovative Assassin's Creed for 2015, I think it's the best choice for Ubisoft to give Assassin's Creed a fucking break. Hey everybody, what is up? Jason Nerd here, and welcome to another commentary. I know I did one, actually I won't say that just in case it doesn't come out this week, but anyways, last time I talked about Final Fantasy, and as you can tell, we're talking about another game release, somewhat, and it's Assassin's Creed, man. Everybody's favorite motherfucking milk franchise nowadays, which is, man, oh my god, it breaks my heart, man. Like, just to see this series